The moon hung low in the midnight sky, casting an eerie glow over the desolate landscape. Jenna's heart raced as she stumbled through the dense forest, twigs snapping beneath her desperate strides. Sweat trickled down her temples, a testament to the fear that gripped her. She was a young woman, caught in a sinister web spun by an unseen evil. Earlier that evening, Jenna had been enjoying a quiet night out with friends, unaware that darkness loomed on the horizon. A sudden chill had descended, signaling the beginning of her descent into a nightmare. The laughter of her companions had faded, replaced by the haunting echoes of footsteps that seemed to follow her every move. As she turned a corner, a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness, blocking her escape. Jenna's breath caught in her throat as she gazed into the cold, merciless eyes of her captor. Dressed in all black, with a face concealed by a twisted mask, the stranger exuded an aura of malevolence. Before Jenna could react, a cloth saturated with a sickly sweet odor was pressed against her face. The world blurred, and she succumbed to the sinister embrace of unconsciousness. When Jenna awoke, the air was thick with a nauseating mustiness. She found herself confined to a dimly lit room, the cold floor sending shivers through her body. Panic set in as she realized the gravity of her situation. She was a prisoner, trapped in the clutches of an unknown adversary. The room held no clues to her captor's identity. Featureless walls surrounded her, and the only exit was a heavy metal door that seemed impervious to escape. Jenna's mind raced, contemplating the horrifying possibilities that awaited her beyond that door. Days turned into nights as Jenna endured the torment of captivity. Her only company was the haunting silence broken by occasional footsteps echoing in the corridor. Each time the door creaked open, a hooded figure entered, offering neither solace nor explanation. Jenna's attempts to communicate were met with cold indifference. Determined to escape, Jenna plotted her every move. She observed the routine of her captors, memorizing the patterns of their surveillance. Her surroundings became a puzzle, and she dissected every inch of the room, searching for a weakness that could be exploited. One night, as Jenna feigned sleep, she heard a whispered conversation between her captors. The revelation that followed sent a chill down her spine. They weren't mere criminals or kidnappers. They were part of a secret organization with motives beyond her comprehension. The organization, known as the Umbra, operated in the shadows, manipulating events to achieve their cryptic objectives. Jenna's abduction was just one piece of their intricate puzzle. As she eavesdropped on their conversations, she discovered that the Umbra was a clandestine force that sought to control the world through manipulation and fear. A shocking twist unfolded as Jenna realized that her family, unbeknownst to her, had been entangled with the Umbra for generations. Her seemingly ordinary life was a facade concealing a legacy of secrets, and her captors believed she held the key to unlocking a power that could tip the balance in their favor. Fueled by a newfound sense of purpose, Jenna intensified her efforts to escape. She exploited the vulnerabilities in the Umbra's operations, turning their own methods against them. As she navigated the labyrinthine corridors, she uncovered hidden truths about her own family's involvement in the Umbra's dark machinations. With every step, Jenna edged closer to freedom, her determination unyielding. The twists and turns of her escape mirrored the complexities of her family's legacy. She eluded guards, outsmarted surveillance, and confronted the demons of her past that had come back to haunt her. As Jenna reached the exit, she hesitated, torn between the world she knew and the unknown that awaited beyond. The revelation of her family's connection to the Umbra had shattered the foundations of her reality. She stood at the crossroads, grappling with the weight of her newfound knowledge. In a final act of defiance, Jenna chose to expose the Umbra's secrets. Armed with the evidence she had gathered, she raced against time to unveil the organization's existence to the world. The twisted motives of her captors were laid bare for all to see, a revelation that sent shockwaves through governments and societies. The Umbra, once hidden in the shadows, faced scrutiny from the light of truth. Jenna's escape became a catalyst for a global reckoning, as those who had operated with impunity found themselves exposed to the harsh light of justice. The shocking twist of Jenna's familial connection to the Umbra became a beacon of hope, inspiring others to stand against the shadows that sought to control their destinies. As Jenna stepped into the dawn of a new day, the world behind her forever changed. she carried the weight of a legacy she never asked for. The escape from her captors had not only freed her from physical confinement, but also unshackled the truth that had bound her family to the Umbra's malevolent influence. In the end, Jenna emerged from the ordeal not just as a survivor, but as a harbinger of change. The echoes of her escape reverberated through the corridors of power, dismantling the clandestine forces that had sought to shape the world according to their sinister designs.